Hi, I'm Brett Larkin. This is a 20-minute routine for tight shoulders and neck pain. I have my beautiful friend and YTT 300 alum, Elizabeth, demoing for me today. Let's get started. So we'll start in a cross-legged position, just like Elizabeth is showing here. If you don't want to sit in cross legs, you can sit on a chair, you can sit on your heels, it doesn't matter. Just close your eyes, palms face down on the thighs, and begin to tune into your breath. Invitation to take the hands a little bit closer towards your groin. So instead of the palms being on the knees, maybe take them a little bit further down the thighs. I often find that allows my shoulder blades to melt and relax down the back a little bit more. Just work to tune in to a deeper, more audible breath. Right away signaling to the body that it's okay to relax. Think of the shoulder blades like heavy weights dropping and angling down. So Elizabeth is going to mirror you. Take your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then extend the left arm, walk it away from your body and maybe let it float an inch or two off the mat. Just begin to feel this juicy stretch along the side of the neck. That lifted palm, you can take it a little bit forward, a little bit back. Maybe make some figure eights. Continue to let the shoulder blades be extremely heavy. And for the breath to deepen, head heavy like a bowling ball. Option to take that right hand to the top temple. For some of you that might feel, this top one. Yeah, to start. This might be too much traction, so please be mindful. This is very gentle, barely putting any weight, just coaxing a little bit of length. Great audible deep breathing. Really let yourself melt open. And then touching the under temple, just like you did before, slowly use that to press the head back up. Nice. Just take a moment in center here and just notice the difference between the two sides before we move on. Deep breath in and out. Gorgeous. Left ear to left shoulder. Head heavy, jaw relaxed. And then walk that right arm out alongside you, tiptoe it away, maybe allow it to lift off the mat. And then gently playing with where the wrist and the hand are in space. Maybe taking the hand a little forward. Nice, or a little bit back. Maybe some figure eights. Head heavy like a bowling ball. Super slow, gentle movements. Let this be an experiment, getting a little more in touch with where the tension resides. Sometimes taking the hand really back in space is interesting or helpful. And then an option to add a little bit more traction. So taking the left hand, reaching it up to the top temple. Yeah, and pulling, gorgeous. One more breath here. And then left hand to the underside of the temple to press your head back up. Good, really nicely done. And both hands back down on the thighs, shoulder blades heavy. Nice, micro bend the elbows. Full breath in and out. Good, and then come on into all fours. So we'll start with just some traditional cat-cow. So inhale, really opening, broadening across the chest, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And then exhale, drawing the navel up to the spine, looking at your belly button, making that Halloween cat shape. 2 more times. Inhale. Micro bend the elbows like Elizabeth is showing so you can really get the collarbones wide apart as you breathe in. And then exhale, tailbone lengthens to the space between your knees, really doming the low back towards the sky. Good. 1 more. Just connecting breath and movement. And now allow on this next one your cat and cow to get a little wonky. So maybe make some head and neck circles as you come forward. Maybe swivel the hips side to side. Notice if there's any interesting positions in space that you can find with your neck when you allow yourself to kind of like dance and play here. Really nice. Two more breaths. Kind of keep the head and neck moving. Allow yourself to rotate, let the hips yearn back. You can even kind of like come back into a child's pose type shape, whatever feels right for you. And then we'll all meet in all fours. We'll actually thread the needle here. So from all fours, reach the right arm up to the sky, big breath in. Let this be a great stretch as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, thread the hand underneath the shoulder. So the right shoulder comes down to the mat, beautiful, side of the face. And then Elizabeth's doing a really nice job of stacking her hips directly over her knees. So notice that you haven't kind of fallen back into like a child's pose. We really want hips right over knees. I like to take this left hand that she has here kind of in front of my face. I like to let the elbow point up and then press down into this left hand like crazy to facilitate a deeper twist. Dip the chin in so the back of the neck is long. Good. And then work to square the hips. So imagine squeezing a block in between your inner thighs. Think of pinning your left hip back in space. That's it. Nice. 1 more deep breath. And slowly come on back to all fours. Option to do some more little crazy cat-cows. So just let the head and neck kind of undulate. This is what I call biomorphic movements. Really beautiful, really therapeutic. Awesome. And then coming spine parallel to the floor. We'll reach the left arm up this time when you're ready. Big yawn. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feel an opening here. Exhale, thread the needle. Taking that left hand underneath you. Left shoulder to the ground. Adjusting as you need to, so hips stay over knees. And then right away, she's already playing, pressing the right hand into the ground. So you're really using that right palm as leverage to press down here. Find the twist, find the shoulder stretch, and then pin the right hip back in space so the low back is long. 2 more deep breaths. Hug the inner thighs together. Wonderful. Let your next in-breath bring you back up to all fours. Let's just take a traditional cow pose this time. So broadening across the chest on your in-breath. Exhale, cat pose. Look at your navel. Think of this space between the shoulder blades widening. Good. Inhale. Come forward and then exhale, press back into your version of a downward facing dog. So see what that feels like for you today. Begin pedaling through the legs, or you can keep the knees deeply bent. Keep the fingers spread wide, pressing down through the index finger, knuckle, and thumb. Spin the triceps towards your heart and just feel through the legs and the hips here for a moment. Since we're focused on the head and neck today, really notice where your head tends to land habitually in your dog. Bring your ears in line with your biceps. Good. 1 more huge breath here. Gently walk or stroll to the top of the mat. Beautiful. Feet hip width apart and parallel. Interlace your hands at the nape of the neck and traction your head down. So again, not pulling, no strong force. Really bring the chin to the chest. So just like Elizabeth, the crown of the head is really pointing directly towards the floor. One more big breath here. Good. And then release the clasp of the hands. Inhale, slowly come halfway up. So take the hands to the hips and pause. Take a full in-breath and out-breath here in your flat back. And then next time you inhale, use that to come all the way up to Tadasana. Gorgeous. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Maybe a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, cactus the arms wide. So come into that goalpost shape with the arms. Take the right arm underneath the left. We're coming into eagle. So if you can't do that, just hug yourself. So maybe you can show that, Elizabeth. Just try to like hug your opposite shoulder blades. Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. Otherwise, come into your eagle pose, pressing the palms. Glide the shoulder blades down, but energetically send your elbows forward and up. So there's this interesting opposition that's happening as we anchor the shoulder blades, but yearn the elbows forward and up. So play that and feel the stretch. And now we're going to add that dynamic movement. So Elizabeth's going to take her elbows kind of down and then over to the right and then up and over to the left. So first we're really moving the elbows here, feeling into all those juicy parts of the shoulder blades. Good. Reverse direction. Now come into the juiciest spot you found. Somewhere near center is good. Keep the shoulder blades heavy and rooting, the elbows lifting. This time the arms are going to stay static, and I'm going to invite you to bring some motion into the head and neck. So she's going to take her right ear to her right shoulder, dip the chin deeply into the chest, maybe take some head and neck circles. So now the arms are more static, but we're inviting that motion into the head and neck. Really beautiful. Nice. And as you're ready on your next in-breath, release the spine. Let this be a big moment. Circle the arms down, around, and up. Root down through the feet as you really reach up. And then exhale, bend the knees. Fold forward. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, step it back to dog. No chaturanga or anything today because we're really focusing on kind of healing this head and neck area. Nice. Good. Deep breath in here. And out. Drop onto your forearms for dolphin pose. Keep your knees deeply, deeply bent. Gorgeous. So you can bend the knees as much as you want to. You can walk the feet forward or back. This is an interesting position because it really, I find, lets the head and neck kind of drop and experience gravity in a new way. Also helps us build a little heat without doing all the chaturangas and whatnot. One more deep breath. Beautiful. All right, straighten one arm at a time to come back into downward facing dog. Nice. Pedal through the legs. Slowly walk the feet towards the top of the mat, feet hip width apart and parallel. Interlace the hands at the nape of the neck again. And this time, invite a little bit more of a figure 8 motion. So if you were a little bit still before, invite a little bit more movement. Good. Stay folded forward and release the clasp behind the neck. Interlace your hands, if you can, behind your back. So making a fist or just holding however you can, that's beautiful, Elizabeth, yep. And then just yearn that fist towards the sky and then up and forward. So we've invited in some spiral movement, and now we're kind of accessing the shoulders in a different way in this particular stretch. Keep drawing the shoulders towards the sky, so the shoulders are still yearning up and back, even though we're in this variation of taking the fists forward. If you can, squeeze the heels of the hands together. Nice. Retain this. We're going to inhale into that half lift. So coming into that flat back. You can take the hands to the hips now if you want. Full inhale and exhale here. And then coming all the way up to stand on your next in-breath. Good. Inhale, circle the arms down, around, and up. Reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms back. Present the chest towards the sky, and this time left elbow over right for your cactus or your hug, whatever you're finding. Good. Press the palms. And then glide the shoulders down the back, so you're really creating the stability. Yearn the elbows forward and up, and now come into those movements with the elbows first. So the head and the upper body are staying static, but it's like your elbows are the hands of a clock. You're making those big circles. And then slowly taking it the other way, reversing the direction. And then coming to a juicy spot, really anchoring the shoulder blades, the elbows, yearning the elbows forward and up, keeping all of that. Now we'll do that spiral motion with the head, with the neck. So taking the chin into chest, ear to each shoulder. This really be a juicy exploration. And then finding stillness. Big moment here. Release everything. Let the bind go. Circle the arms down, around, and up on your next in-breath. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Bend the knees deeply. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back to your downward facing dog. Good. And from down dog, huge inhale. Exhale, drop the knees, child's pose. Take the elbows wide, index finger and thumb to touch. Shoulders relax down the back. Nice. Slowly press yourself up. We'll end with one last shoulder stretch. So if you have a little bit tighter hips, maybe newer to yoga, you're going to keep your right shin in front of your left, just sitting in a cross-legged seat. If you've been practicing a long time, you can actually come into Gomukhasana with the entire right leg over the left knee. So you choose. So you'll either be here, which Elizabeth looks like she's going to show, or you'll just be in simple cross legs, right, with the right shin in front. Wherever you are, we'll take that same arm that's on top, so the right arm, reach it up to the sky. Good, and then like you're giving a high five to someone behind you, rotate the hand, yep, and bend the elbow, and you're gonna hold the elbow with the opposite arm. Good job. Nice, and then lift the heart, lift the chest. Press your head into the right forearm. Good. One more huge breath. And then reach both arms up to the sky. Good. And then exhale, take the right hand across the body and just give it a little hug in. Well done. Let that go. Just take a moment to feel your seat. If If you're in this Gomukhasana variation, maybe tilt forward slightly. Just little hip stretch. And then come back up and let's switch sides, so switching it out. So those of you in cross legs like me, right, you'll just take the left foot in front. Gomukhasana, like Elizabeth, you'll actually stack the knees in this shape. Once you're situated, huge breath in, reach the left arm up, right? And then this high five behind you is this idea that you're spinning in, yeah, just like this. And then bend the elbow, press the head into the forearm, hold the left elbow with the right hand, little frame on the face. Good, and then press the head into the bicep or the forearm. Think of getting longer and taller through the heart. One more deep breath. This is an intense one. Your next in-breath, both arms reach up. Exhale, left hand across the body this time. Good. Little stretch. And then both hands to the mat, wherever you are. Just a little fold forward, just to say hello to the hips. Beautiful. Coming to a cross-legged seat to close your practice. We'll close the same way we open. So palms face down, maybe more on the thighs than on the knees, letting the shoulders melt and drop back, lifting the heart, and just take a moment. Notice how you feel. Think of continuing to dissipate any tension in the head and neck throughout the rest of the day you're going to move through by focusing on your breathing. Imagining the shoulder blades heavy like lead. Dipping the chin and finding more length in the back of the neck. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center to close your practice. I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Namaste. Namaste.
If you really want to nerd out on yoga, did you know that I have an online yoga teacher training? Yes, you can complete your 200-hour certification, or if you are already a yoga teacher, your 300-500 advanced yoga certification, 100% online. Watch this video next for more details on how it works, and download the brochure on my website. From my heart to yours, namaste.